Hello, I'm Dan Ziegler, volunteer for Omaha's Freedom Park and Naval Museum. Today, I'm in the ship's armory, where we keep a lot of artifacts, including a lot of original documentation too, manuals for the ship's guns and mounts. And the rarest of these documents is the Hazard's ammo log. Last year, a guest asked me, how much ammo did the Hazard fire? And I didn't have an answer for that, because I never went through the log to count. This last winter, I finally did that. I scanned the ammo log, counted everything, and today in this video I'm going to answer that question. How much ammo did the Hazard fire? An ammo log is, well, a log that was maintained by the ship's gunnery officer to keep track of how much ammunition was on board the ship. There are multiple tabs here for 3-inch, 40, 20 mil, all different ammos, hedgehog, depth charge, pyro, which is like signal flares, and then small arms. Now, before we get to the numbers, we have to talk about the guns on the ship. The guns on the ship today are not original to the Hazard. The Hazard's original guns were removed when the ship was put into mothball, and when the ship was opened as a museum, they found other guns to use. Hazard's original 3-inch gun is still around. While the gun was in storage, it was moved to the National Museum of the Pacific War in Fredericksburg, Texas. It's still there today if you want to visit it. The 3-inch gun that is currently on the Hazard is from the destroyer escort USS Daniels. All the other anti-air guns also came off of destroyer escorts, although we don't have records about which specific ship they came from. After scanning and counting all the numbers in the document, the total number of rounds fired from all of Hazard's guns is exactly 13,500 rounds. The 3-inch gun fired 204 rounds. The 40mm guns fired 1,738 rounds. And the 6 20mm guns fired 11,558 rounds. Now, the most ammo the ship ever held at one time is 30,715 rounds. Now, where was this ammo held? Well, in various different ammo holes throughout the ship. The 3-inch ammo was stored here in the 3-inch ammo locker. This is below the forwardmost part of the crew's berthing, on the hold level. The hold level is the lowest part of the ship. Today, the 3-inch ammo locker is mostly just a miscellaneous storage for the museum, holding odd items and old pictures. However, if you look closely, you can still see some of the brackets that would have held some of the shells in place. The most amount of 3-inch shells the ship had would have been 349 shells, right after she loaded up at Indian Island. Not all of it was stored in the 3-inch ammo locker. Some of it was stored up top at the ready-use lockers. The 3-inch ammo would be taken from this room and loaded up onto a tray that would have been pulled up with a block and tackle up to the main deck. After the ammo was hauled up with a tray and then passed through the hatch there, it probably would have been loaded up into one of the ready-use ammo boxes for later. Those boxes have long since been removed, but you can still see the mounts where they would have been on the deck. There are 3 places 40mm ammo is stored. There's a deep storage down in the stern, and there are 2 lockers in the main passageway next to the crew's head. There are 2 lockers here because they are directly below the 40mm guns. Right above me is the hatch where 40mm ammo will be taken from the lockers up the hatch and then handed to the 2 guns. Today, these lockers are cleaning supplies and paint supplies respectively. There would have been ready-use ammo all around the gun tub of the 40mm guns. The actual shelves and brackets for those rounds have been removed, but you can still see the weld marks all around the gun tub. 20mm ammo was stored in 2 clipper rooms, one forward in the superstructure and one aft in the fantail. Right. Now, despite being on the platform level, it is only accessible through this hatch here. The clipper rooms is where they would refill drum magazines. Next to most of the 20mm guns would have been ready-use ammo boxes that would have had loaded magazines ready to go. Hazard saw combat in the waters around Okinawa, and that's reflected in the dates of the ammo log. However, of all the ammo she spent, 2/3 of it was spent during training. Now, you may have noticed I haven't talked about the hedgehogs or the depth charges. That's because the Hazard never fired them during combat. Despite escorting convoys and doing anti-submarine patrols around Okinawa, She never actually had a confirmed contact with the enemy submarine. There were several times she was ordered to investigate a probable contact, but they never turned up anything. As far as we know, the Hazard never engaged an enemy submarine. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for more content and future updates about the park. Freedom Park is owned and operated by the City of Omaha and maintained by volunteers like us.